Hey, welcome. So, what if you could get 26 years of career and business wisdom all boiled down into one single mentorship session? Well, that's pretty much what we're doing today. We're going to dive into the incredible experience of Master Architect Namit Tandon. And Tandon kicks things off with this, really brilliant dose of realism. Yeah, boredom is going to happen in any long career. It's just natural. But the antidote, he says, it's all about constant creation. This idea that you can beat that monotony by always building something new, that's really the core theme for everything we're about to cover. So here's the game plan. We'll start with his journey, then we'll get into the art of managing clients, which is huge. After that, the essential skills you need to actually run a business, how he defines success, and finally, some really practical advice you can use on literally any project. Okay, first things first. Let's lay the foundation for all the advice we're about to explore. To really get the depth of experience we're drawing from here, just wrap your head around this number. Get this. In his 26-year career, Namit Tandon has completed over 800 projects. Seriously, think about that. We're talking hotels, resorts, hospitals, entire residential buildings. Every single one was a unique challenge, and every single one was a lesson learned. This is the foundation of the advice we're digging into today. So now, let's build on that foundation. Tandon makes it crystal clear that being a great architect, or really any professional, is about so much more than just your technical skill. It's about the art of managing people. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because Tandon has seen a massive shift over the years. See, in the past, a client would come to you with a need, and they'd trust you, the professional, to find the best solution. But today, clients show up with a bunch of Google research ready to tell the expert how to do their job. And that can really stifle creativity and stop you from delivering the best possible work. It's a challenge that, let's be honest, almost every professional deals with now. So what do you do when you've got a powerful client with really fixed ideas and things start getting tense? Tandon is incredibly honest here. He's like, look, heated arguments happen. Sometimes threats are even made. The most important thing to know is when to walk away. He says it's way better to professionally end things, even if it means returning part of your fee, than to get stuck in a toxic project. That's such a powerful lesson in self-preservation. And this brings us right to the heart of his business advice. To build a successful firm, you have to master skills that have absolutely nothing to do with your main craft, whether you're an architect, a coder, or a marketer. He breaks it all down into these 4 pillars. You've got to know how to promote yourself. You have to get good at negotiating your fees because, trust me, clients will always try to bargain. You need to groom your team so they can grow with you. And, like we just saw, you need a solid strategy for handling difficult people. This is the stuff they don't teach in school, but it's absolutely essential for survival and success. Now, to show you the power of having that deep expert knowledge, Tandon uses this really fascinating example. A lot of people have probably heard of Vastu, right? The ancient Indian system of architecture. It's often just dismissed as superstition. But what is it really all about? And the answer is, believe it or not, completely scientific. Tandon explains that Vastu isn't about mysticism. It's about climatology. It's the science of designing a building to work in perfect harmony with its local climate, to make it as comfortable as possible. It's a perfect example of understanding the first principles behind a tradition. Just look at how logical this is when you break it down. The northeast part of a house is kept open because that's where the wind comes from in India. The southwest corner is built highest, so it shadow cools the rest of the house during that hot afternoon sun. And the kitchen? It's in the southeast, so the wind naturally carries all the cooking smoke out of the house. It's pure science, and it's a masterclass in why you need to understand the why, not just the what. So, after all this experience, all these projects, how does a master like Tandon actually define success? It's a question we all wrestle with, and his answer is so refreshingly practical. For him, success has 3 key parts. First, there's a real demand for your work. Second, you're making a decent income from it. And third, you've achieved a respectable level of popularity or recognition in your field. He says once you hit that baseline, well, the sky's the limit. You can just keep setting new goals for yourself. All right, finally, let's get to his direct advice. Now, he frames this for new homeowners, but these principles honestly apply to anyone starting a new project, whether you're designing a website, launching a product, or even structuring a business plan. So, what should you do? Tandon's advice really boils down to creating a sense of space and calm. Use light, neutral colors. Play around with different kinds of lighting to set the mood. Keep things simple and uncluttered. It all creates an environment that feels expansive and soothing, which is a pretty great goal for any project, right? And on the flip side, what should you avoid? The single biggest mistake is overcrowding. Too much paneling, too many dark colors, furniture that's way too big for the space, and just too much stuff. Tandon's advice here is a powerful reminder that simplicity and focus are key. Don't clutter your home, your project, or your mind with things that don't serve a clear purpose. And that brings us right to our final thought. After hearing all these lessons on creativity, managing clients, and finding the science behind the art, it all comes back to this one question. Based on your own journey, your own goals, how do you define success in your work?